I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome to the July 9th, 2018 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair of the Shawnee County Commission, and joining me today is Commissioner Shelley Bueller.
Good morning.
And Commissioner Bob Archer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, if we could begin with our first item.
Our first item is item 3, consent agenda.
There are 3 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions?
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
The vouchers are totaling $1,703,194.84. We have some allocations, 3 mainly to AMR, the Expo Center, and then per our agreement with Grace Med, that amount comes to $494,900.25. Pooled cash and payroll is $300,755.19, and then health insurance administration, $209,055.25. We also have not a large amount, but subtotal of Parks and Recreation, $169,470.08, but reflecting that activity. I have no questions. I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval of the correction orders.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Extension Council, number 1, consider approval of the Extension 2019 budget request.
Good morning, Commissioners. Cindy Evans, Shawnee County Extension. So I was here last Thursday, and you acknowledged receipt of the budget. Today is your first opportunity to consider the budget.
I believe that we are scheduled for our budget hearing this afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
For a public hearing on the extension budget. And so, given that we have it scheduled for 1 o'clock, per our usual routine, at this time I would make a motion to not approve the extension budget.
I'll second.
Motion made to not approve the extension budget by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed. The motion is approved to not approve the extension budget.
At this time.
At this time.
And I think to note that this is all by state statute, and so
yeah.
the reason why we have to have it on the agenda.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item C, Emergency Management, number 1, consider approval and adoption of the bylaws for the Shawnee County Local Emergency Planning Committee.
Morning, Commissioners. Nelson Castile, Emergency Management. In our some of our housekeeping of the Local Emergency Planning Committee, we went through and found that the bylaws had not been approved when they were changed probably about 4 or 5 years ago. We are working on revamping some of the membership there and also getting a lot more folks involved, so we wanted to make sure that we had this available so we could keep moving forward. We meet once a quarter, and we've had some very good discussions and some very good collaborations in the last 6 months.
Any questions for Nelson?
And I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Adoption.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item D, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C210-2018 with the Shawnee Boat and Ski Club for the management and operation of the 2018 Kansas State Championships Water Ski Tournament to be held July 12th to the 16th, 2018, with expenses offset by a donation of $200 to the Parks and Recreation Foundation and in-kind service hours for Lake Shawnee.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. The contract before you is so that the Boat and Ski Club can hold their tournament that they've held annually out at Lake Shawnee. Be happy to answer any questions you might have on that item.
Any questions regarding that item? I'll move then approval of the contract with the Shawnee Boat and Ski Club.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item D2, consider authorization and execution of contract C211-2018 with the Sunflower State Games, setting out the condition for Parks and Recreation to host the 2018 SSG rowing event scheduled for July 21st, with SSG paying a $500 special event fee and utilizing the Greater Topeka Rowing Association to assist in management of the event.
Good morning again. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. This item is collaboration with the Sunflower State Games. They utilize the rowing group to bring out the rowers for the event for the Sunflower State Games. It's just another sport that they have within the Sunflower State Games, and there's some restrictions on the lake, and that's why the contract's down here with you guys, so I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Might just ask Sean, I mean, with this prior item as well as this item, where we have restrictions on the lake, the Boat and Ski Club was July the 12th through the 16th. The Sunflower State Games are on the 21st. What restrictions do we place on the lake?
Just within the skiing area, that's basically in the cove, which is not the main body of water, but the boats do venture out there for the skiing. The rowing basically stays back into the cove, and it basically, we still allow, I believe, fishing in the south, and, you know, people can fish anytime on the shore or anything of that nature. It's just putting restrictions within the ski area.
Okay. So this is not shutting the entire lake down or restricting the entire use of the lake?
No.
Any other questions?
I'll move to approve the contract.
I'll second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Our next item.
Item E, Health Department, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C212-2018 with the Kansas Department of Health and Environment to provide $3,000 to help control tuberculosis in Shawnee County for the contract period of July 1, 2018 through June 30th, 2019.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carrie Delfs with the Health Department. This agreement before you is an agreement we have with the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. This funding helps to cover costs related to our TB case management, directly observed therapies where we go out and observe folks taking the medications. It also helps if we have people isolated. We can help to provide food or medicine that they may need while they can't work. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions regarding this item? Commissioner Archer.
How many active cases of TB do we have in the community now?
So currently, I believe we have 2 active cases, but we've also got what we call clinical cases where we treat them like active cases, but maybe some of the lab work doesn't look like typical TB.
Can you explain that?
So
about that?
they may have some testing that's negative, but their symptoms are really similar, or their like chest x-rays or CT scans look like TB.
And how many of those clients do we manage?
So currently we have 3 of those, and we're doing the directly observed therapy for all of them, where we go and watch them take the medication.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions?
And just the follow-up on any TB cases is pretty extensive, correct?
Right. For any active case, we're going to see them for at least 6 months.
Right.
Usually 9.
And that is a requirement that they have to check back in with you and,
Right. If we're seeing an active case, we're seeing them every day.
right.
Either they're coming to us or we're going to them.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller,
Second.
second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you. Our next item.
Item E2, consider authorization and execution of contract C213-2018, setting the terms and conditions with KDHE and reflecting the actual aid to local grant amount of $887,429, which is a reduction of $99,938 from the requested amount.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Edith Gaines, the Finance Officer with the Shawnee County Health Department. On March 20th of this year, you gave approval for the Health Department to apply for the aid to local grant in the amount of $1,070,638. And from what we actually received last year, fiscal year 2018, that's $69,319 less for fiscal year 2019. So the largest reductions in funding that we received, one was the WIC Immunization Collaboration Project. That particular line of funding was completely eliminated with Kansas Department of Health and Environment. That was $71,921, so that was a majority of the cut that we took. The other program was the Immunization Action Plan. We were reduced $1,126 in that program. And then our Chronic Disease Risk Reduction Program, we lost $13,433. We did have one program that received an increase in funding, and that was our Maternal and Child Health Program. They received an additional $13,433, which is a 5% increase over what they got last year. So that's the summary, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions regarding the aid to local budget revisions? Commissioner Archer.
Yeah, real quickly, Mr. Chair. Edith, when we have a cut like this, what are the impacts of the cut, and what actions do we take to offset the loss of funding that we have from the grants?
Yes. So we will be looking at maybe reducing program services, possibly reduction in staff, or using reserve funds to cover the difference.
So we've got a mix of alternatives to address the issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We do.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Now, Edith, this could also shift what programming we do. So instead of eliminating staff, transferring staff from one program to another program.
That could be possible, yes.
Commissioner Bueller, anything?
Any further questions? No.
I'll move to acknowledge the budget revisions to the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, KDHE, aid to local grant.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item F, Counselor, number 1, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-214-2018, amendment to Contract C-225-2017 with Spectra Venue Management for the operation of the Kansas Expo Center.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Cross, Shawnee County Councilor. As the clerk indicated, this is a requested amendment to our contract with Spectra Venue Management to operate the Kansas Expo Center. You might recall, as part of the original contract, Spectra provided to the county $200,000 in funds that were to be used for capital improvements at the Expo Center as agreed between us and Spectra. Spectra has now requested that we take that $200,000 instead and put it into an event show fund that would be used to attract programming for the Expo Center. I've got Kellen here, and he'll explain kind of the theory and the idea behind the fund and how it would operate.
Sure, thank you. Kellen Site, Spectra Venue Management, Kansas Expo Center. The concept behind this programming fund or show fund is pretty standard amongst the Spectra venues that we operate. The theory behind it is to allow us to incentivize promoters, artists, agencies to get re-involved in the Kansas Expo Center. One thing that we've seen since starting the management of the Expo Center is that, there's always room for improvement on getting bigger and better entertainment acts, and the program in a fund like this helps us do that. It's a fund that we hope to never use. It would only be used in the event that we go downside on an event. However, the way that the program is written, in the event that there is a downside loss, the next event that would generate revenues above the budgeted amount would go back in to fund this program, continuing to allow us to keep that program fund at a number that's palatable and attainable and attractive for getting the type of content that we hope to bring.
And I did want to say, and I omitted it, we did have a similar fund like this with SMG, so this isn't something new to the county. It's just newly established for Spectra.
Jim, the $200,000 has already been paid by Spectra. It just was held for capital improvements, and instead of being used for capital improvements, it would then be used for programming.
Yes.
Questions?
It's just kind of like an insurance pool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as Kellen indicated, if we don't sell the number of tickets we need for an event, then this would cover the loss.
Yeah, it would cover any of those downside losses. Again, the hope is that we don't have to use it, and that we sell enough tickets to make sure we hit those revenue margins and those revenue goals for each individual event. But in the event that you don't reach that goal, that's what these funds would be used for.
But if we're going to be aggressive in trying to attract talent to the Expo Center, there's going to be some risk.
You're going to need some of that
Yeah.
because a lot of promoters that we hope to bring back into the market, and a lot of agencies that we hope to bring back into the market wouldn't likely visit us otherwise.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And how you allocate those incentives is really on a case-by-case basis, or do you have?
Yeah, case by case. So it would be on an event-by-event basis. And then what we would do when looking to utilize these funds is we would certainly bring that content to you. I work up what's called an event pro forma, or a draft of forecasted revenues on those events. I would send them over to Jim for his look and review, and send them on to you so you know exactly what we're going after to use these funds for. You would always have the option to say, I don't want to pursue that event or an event like that. So there's certainly a lot of counterbalance there and a lot of oversight that you would have shared input in.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, good idea. I'll recommend or make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
I'll stay up here. Just wanted to make a couple updates this coming weekend as you're dealing with at Lake Shawnee. We have a great event coming into the Expo Center for all of their mat-type events like wrestling and jiu-jitsu and things of that nature for the Sunflower State Games. And those start on Saturday, July 14th and Sunday, July 15th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in our facility, as well as other parts around town. So a great event that we're happy to be a part of. And then coming up in just 2 short weeks is an event that we're very excited for, and if you have 5-year-olds, I'm sure they're very excited for, and that's Paw Patrol, and that's coming for 3 performances, again, and those are July 21st and 22nd. On July 21st, there's 2 performances, one at 10 a.m. and one at 2 p.m., and then on Sunday, July 22nd, there's a matinee show at 1 p.m., so bring the kiddos out. I know mine won't be out there.
Good deal.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Vlog, Public Works and Solid Waste. This is just a reminder, our Southwest 77th Street project is starting today, where we will have the road closed from today through August 4th, and that is a project in which we are basically tearing the road up, reestablishing the base, and then putting asphalt overlay on top of it. So we're excited to get that one done, but it is starting today and should be done in about 4 weeks. So
Very good.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other administrative communications, department heads, or member of the public? Commissioner Archer?
No, nothing today. Thank you.
Commissioner Bueller?
We had 2 budget hearings. We have 2 down and 25 to go.
Along that line, at 10 o'clock, we would have the Parks and Recreation and the Weed Department. 11 o'clock is the Expo Center. 1 o'clock is the Extension Council. 1:30 the Fair Board. And at 1:45 CRC, Social Services, Aging Funding. So those are all scheduled for today. So I don't have anything additional. Our next item.
Item 6, executive session.
There is a need today for an executive session for a period of 10 minutes on the item of non-elected personnel, and no action being anticipated from that. That would be a
Second.
motion. Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. We are in executive session for a period of 10 minutes. We are now back from executive session. No action taken. We are adjourned.